Back to the Five Eye Visions channel. Here is I forgot my name, Ray Rose, and we've got another silver pilled should I say broadcast video for you guys. So lately I've been talking more about like Bitcoin and whatnot and the messed up monetary system that we've got in the world right now. And the biggest news that's been coming out today is PayPal and Venmo will offer and accept cryptocurrency for online payments. Now, if you're in the cryptocurrency space, this actually was this isn't really news if because PayPal I don't think it was a leak. It was news that PayPal was going to get in the cryptocurrency space months ago. So, I've already anticipated this, and this is right around the time they said that they would release have cryptocurrency options. And it really helped boost the price up of Bitcoin, which is funny because we all predicted this. So with this prediction coming true, essentially, it really does. The outlook for Bitcoin does really look good. It basically shot up $1,000. It was really funny. Bitcoin had so much resistance this past month at like 11,005 and was just struggling. Every time it would kind of touch that, it would go back to about 11.3. And it's another thing that's funny. Everybody was assuming that because this is like October election month and stuff, not election month, that's next month, but this is a generally bad year for stocks and crypto for a while now. This year was just basically correlated with the stock market, which freaking sucks, but it just goes to show that there's a lot of people that are playing both sides of the game with that. And basically, no one was thinking crypto and Bitcoin was going to go up this high. We were thinking after the elections, we were going to have a lot of price action, either good or bad. But this PayPal is really set the stage. And honestly, now what it seems like the altcoins are starting to have a jump because Bitcoin first, it had its jump, and usually how it works is people sell their altcoins back into Bitcoin, they ride up, and then when they get some profits, they go out from Bitcoin a little bit, which gets a little bit of pullback, and then they go into altcoins. And earlier this morning, Ethereum was at like 390 something. I was seeing Ripple at 25 and Chainlink at 10 something, like 1098. But and I have all three of these for sure, and they're doing really well. And for you guys who's new to Bitcoin, I just want to show you guys just kind of what the trajectory's been like. So it's really consistent there. It's getting a lot of pullback here, but going back up. And at first, this is people see if the crash didn't happen, if we didn't have the shutdowns, I'm pretty sure by this time of July, we would have already been here at like 13. But that happened. Every market went down basically. But man, oh man, this is a great time to buy Bitcoin at Vinny. And now we're all the way up to here. So the yearly low, the low for this year was like basically 4,000. We started at 8,000. Now we're here in the 12, 13,000s. So this is why people tell you the dollar cost average of Bitcoin, which is basically you just buy it. You got to check. You spend $100 out of your check every week and just buy. That's what I've been doing. That's with Bitcoin. If you like any coin, really, if you're not good with trading, but mostly Bitcoin, you dollar cost average, you're probably going to be up in profit because the way Bitcoin has been working for the past couple of years, the yearly low, that's what I usually like to focus on. The yearly low has been increasing year after year after year after year. So if you dollar cost average 1 year, basically by the next year, you're not going to have like less money essentially with this stuff. And it's important Black people understand this because this is a game that we can play. It's easier than the stock market because really when it comes to cryptocurrency, if you choose the right coins in the top 25 and also if you stick with Bitcoin and Ethereum, those are basically like surefire guarantees right there. Like there's no doubt about it. Bitcoin is on a leg up. It's too much money being invested into it from the big players, and now you have PayPal and Cashapp and eventually more and Venmo and more. The financial institutions are going all in. They're going in. These companies are literally putting Bitcoin into their reserves. They're making their own reserves of Bitcoin. I gotta stop hitting the table. They're making their own reserves of Bitcoin. They're spending millions upon millions, $2 billion of dollars. Grayscale literally has 2% of all the Bitcoin in circulation. They have hundreds of thousands. I'm pretty sure by through the next 5 years, any company that has the ability to do so is going to attempt to have a million Bitcoin. Because there's only 21 million that can be made, and so far, we have 18 million. And the way the halvings or whatever the halvings, I'm not going to explain that. You can look it up on Google. The way the halvings work, the people who mine Bitcoin, because think of it like gold. You got to get gold. How do you get gold? You mine it out the ground. With Bitcoin, you just mine it off the network, and yada yada. And you can also look that up too. These people who mine the Bitcoin, they get less and less Bitcoin every 4 years. Like starting, what was it? Yeah, before it's 2020. So in 2024, the amount of Bitcoin they can get is gonna go from like 6 to 3 or something like that out of every block mined, and it just gets lower and lower and lower until like 2,100 and something. I forget, 2,140, 2140 or something. Like it literally halves and halves and halves till it's like the smallest of decimals. And what this means is right now, all the Bitcoin that people are going to have, they're going to make it now. And black people, we really don't have time to wait. We need to get ourselves involved with Bitcoin first and foremost, and then cryptocurrency, because it's the Wild West right out here. There's really no rules. Anybody can get rich. Anybody can get the smoke. It's not like the current financial institutions where you can go try to apply for a loan, and even if you're a successful black person, they can deny you for it because they could just give it to somebody else. They can give it to a white person who is unqualified and doesn't even make as much money as you. That's exactly what happened in the housing market. That's why we had that big bubble in 08, 09. So one thing, let's see. This is what happens when you don't go on script. You'll say something, and then you're like, oh, I don't know what to say. So let's read this a little bit. PayPal on Wednesday announced it will begin supporting cryptocurrencies for the first time, allowing any PayPal account holder to store, buy, and sell popular virtual currencies starting later this year. The announcement makes PayPal arguably the most significant company in the financial tech sector to adopt support. PayPal competitor Square launched support for Bitcoin back in 2018. I wish I knew this, through its Cashapp. Square also purchased $50 million worth of Bitcoin earlier this month, which means they probably purchased $50 million worth of Bitcoin even earlier than that because they were supporting it in 2018. But PayPal is going to further in supporting Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. Okay, now that's something else to talk about. See, what's happening right now, the way you buy Bitcoin is either off exchanges. It can either be a decentralized exchange, which for the most part, people are essentially, you can think of it as peer-to-peer, like you're trading your cryptos directly for other cryptos, and essentially it's someone selling you this crypto for this crypto that you're giving to them. And centralized exchanges, which is like your Coinbase. Okay, and also a decentralized exchange is like Uniswap, look it up. Centralized exchange is like Coinbase and Kraken, and the thing about these exchanges is that you can get more than Bitcoin. That's why it's very useful to use them. That's why most people in the cryptocurrency space, well, I mean, they ain't got no choice but to use them because that's what they got to use. But the thing about what PayPal is doing, like PayPal is they definitely made a great checkers move, because you can get more than just Bitcoin. On Cashapp, they only have Bitcoin, but on PayPal, you have like 3 other options. And what's going to happen is eventually Square with Cashapp, they're going to have to put more cryptocurrencies on there. They're going to have to put themselves Ethereum, and they're going to go to Litecoin, and then probably, hopefully, Chainlink, Cardano. But what this means is now we are, instead of exchanges starting up, we are starting to see financial institutions create their own exchanges. That's where this is going. And these exchanges, these are basically going to eventually be the new banks. These are the new. Basically, Coinbase to me is my bank. Square, Cashapp is my bank. This is the future of finance that we're going to see here. Not just like decentralized finance, but blockchain finance. That's what I like to call it. Just this all deals with the blockchain, so it's gonna be blockchain finance. But the one issue about this PayPal support, and that's my grandma. I probably should have told her I was recording, but anyways, the thing with PayPal is that you can buy and hold and sell, but you can't send your Bitcoin and Ethereum and what else to any other exchange. See that now? That's the one leg up that Cashapp has right now over Bitcoin, is the fact that you can actually send your Bitcoin, and actually it's very effective. I actually love Cashapp because I can buy the Bitcoin and I can send it immediately. I don't have to wait for any kind of I don't because with a lot of exchanges, when you buy your coins, because you're using your bank account, most likely there's still a period of time that you have to wait for your funds to clear into your exchange account. So you may buy Bitcoin today, but you gotta wait 5 days to be able to send it. And sometimes, I don't really have time to wait. So I use Cash App when I need to get my Bitcoin and immediately send to exchange that has coins that I may not have on Coinbase, or coins that I may not be able to get on on Kraken. That's why I'm getting back into using KuCoin, because KuCoin has ADA, and it's really easy for me to get ADA, and you can send the ADA. Because of my Voyager account, I can't send my ADA. So that's the thing with these exchanges. There's a give and take for all of them. It may have the coins you want, but you can't send it, or it may not have the coins you like, but it's decentralized. It's most decentralized. They have the coins you want, but they may be only ERC20 tokens. And then I like Cardano because they're building their own blockchain network and they're building their own ecosystem, separate from Ethereum. So eventually you might have decentralized exchanges that deal with Cardano centered coins or whatever. So that's that. And this is really big. I already know if you go on the PayPal app, I tried to go on there on the computer and I didn't really see anything. But if you go on the PayPal app on your phone, there is the crypto option there. I see that there. And you can buy and you can hold there. So if you're someone who's just starting out in crypto, this is probably a good idea for you, because the thing about sending your Bitcoin and other things, if you send to the wrong address, you essentially burn those coins, and you burn that money and you can't get it back again. So it'd be horrible if you sent $3,000 to somebody, but you sent to the wrong address. Now, no one gets that $3,000. So this is good for people who want to get into the space and who want to hedge their money, because really, Bitcoin and Ethereum, those are the two coins I always suggest anybody get into. If you are a beginner, you start off with Bitcoin and Ethereum, because the volatility in the other coins, at this point in time, most other coins are more volatile than Bitcoin and Ethereum. People love to speak on the volatility of Bitcoin, but you get into Tron, Ripple, you might have a bad time with that. So there's that. So if you're a beginner, this is probably great for you, PayPal. But now to get to a bit more serious of things, what black people need to get from this news, right? The crypto space is increasingly being adopted. It's not quite a mass adoption, but it's at financial adoption, and it's getting more popular. And the thing is, the most money to be made right now is now, because we are within the first 10 years or 11 years, give or take, of the cycle. Because right now we are in the, let's say, early discovery phase. First adopter, we're not in the first adopter phase, but we're in the early discovery. And this opportunity is not going to be here, because I'm telling you now, there will be a point in the time where Bitcoin right now and forever. It's always going to be a better savings than dollars. But when it goes to 50,000, even 20,000, 100,000, it's going to be out of reach for you to make money. At that point, it's just going to be a hedge against currencies, and it's just going to be like a savings account for you. Because like you're not gonna, if you don't already have hundreds of thousands of dollars, then when it goes up like that, you're not gonna make money off of it. You're not gonna make no real money. And that goes for a lot of other currencies too, like Ethereum and Ripple, Cardano, Chainlink, Uniswap. If you're not into the right things now, immediately the opportunity is going to pass you by. And I'd say these opportunities are going to pass you by faster than any other opportunities we've had in the past. Black people, we have been discriminated against financially from the beginning of time. And I felt like all that discrimination really took its toll into the 70s, because once the single mother epidemic started to happen, if our whole net worth has just decreased precipitously. And the thing about Bitcoin is that you cannot have a lot of money, right? You can barely be getting by. But if you figure out a way for yourself to invest yourself a couple thousand, because that's honestly, you need a couple thousand if you're really trying to make money. Like, if you can figure out a way to get yourself like 5K, 10K, 3K, you can put yourself ahead up, because then you can get another 10K, and then you learn how to reinvest that 10K. Even if you only get like 5,000, that's still a mega booster that you're not going to get from your job. And even if you do your own side hustle, you're really not going to get something like that unless you're really hustling or unless you get a really big client. This is the fast forward button on your tape deck. This is what crypto is. This is the exact opportunity that we need. And unfortunately, most of us are not going to take it. I mean, most people in general are not going to take this opportunity. So I already know most black people won't. But it is way more important and impactful for us in America, because we are already at the bottom. This is literally going to parachute us above. I'm not even trying to say other races of people, just other people in general in this country. I don't make much money, but when I was working full time, I wish I put more, but I put a considerable amount of money into the crypto space, into the Bitcoin space, that now I'm always up. I am always in the green. Now my altcoins, I'm in the red of my altcoins, but I am always in the green with Bitcoin, because I had that discipline to invest early and invest consistently in that dollar cost average. Now I work part-time because it's easier on my body, it's easier on my mind, and I get to do things like this. And I am waiting for that big push, because now when it reaches 20,000, 50,000, I'm going to have a reserve of money. I ain't going to really be my own bank. I could probably bank other people with the amount of money I'll have. And because of that, like, I'm working less and making more than other people. That's the name of the game in today's society. There used to be a time where you had to work the most, you had to get them fields out and everything like that. You had to hunt everything. But we live in a digital society now, where things should not be that hard. We really don't think about it. Humans in today's era, where we have robots, dudes, when they farm, they don't even go out there and dig their own soil with their own hands. They got all these kinds of tractors and these kind of irrigation systems and watering devices that can do the work of 100 people in like 10 minutes. It makes no sense for us to have to work as hard as we do, especially in this country. And let's take the focus off this country. A country like Japan, they have all those technological innovations, right? They have all this technology. They have all these resources, but they overwork themselves to death. Why are you still overworking yourself to death? Do you know how easy it is to send documents? The kind of paperwork you can get done, their forefathers it took them even more hours to get that stuff done. We've got apps at this point that correct your spelling while you're typing. There's too... And that lets you know about the financial system and what's going on in this country. We have all this innovation, and it's really not getting through to the people. There is no reason why Americans are literally like the most overworked people, arguably, in this country. And at the same time, the price of living, the cost of living is going up. The cost of food is going up. We had a shutdown. Everybody, basically more than half of the small businesses, which employ half of the people, just basically went away. Because we're trying to make this push towards... And I'm not, this is not even basic capitalism. This is social capital, corporate capitalism, where we're trying to have everybody work for Amazon and Walmart. You know, I heard Walmart is opening up their own health centers, for Christ's sakes. You know, because most people can't even afford basic health insurance and medical care. So they're just going to do it. If you work for Walmart, you get 50% off. Something like that. That's what they're heading towards. And it makes absolutely no sense. Because we have all this technological help. Why do we have to keep working so hard? So that's why it's the name of the game to work less and work smarter. Which is why they say you follow the smart money in this space. I'm trying to work smarter. Because I realize I'm working so hard for Best Buy. I don't really want to work this hard for Best Buy, you know? Because for example, I worked in the warehouse part of Best Buy, so I had to lift a lot of TVs, products onto the floor and everything, right? And they're coming out with exoskeletons. Like, not coming out, but exoskeletons are being developed right now, and I'll give you a view of what that is. And what these exoskeletons are is when you put them on, they don't really make you stronger, but they take the weight off of your body. You know? It's like, think of Call of Duty. If you're playing Call of Duty, you know, in Call of Duty, what is it? I'm on a word for it. Whatever the PS4 Call of Duties are, you know how the dudes are running and jumping or wall running and stuff? Because they got on those exoskeleton suits that let them do that. And do you know how helpful it's going to be when that becomes commercialized? So then when you do sign up to work in the Best Buy warehouse or in a warehouse, they'll have exoskeletons for you to be able to wear. So now when you lift stuff, you don't have to work as hard. That's the name of game of technology, not working hard. And we are so technological now, but we work so hard. Let's see. Exoskeleton suit. Let's see if we can find one. There's ones like this. There's ones like that.
Iron Man is no longer just a comic book and a movie superhero, and he lives in Kitchener, Ontario.
James Hobson.
Okay, now look at this.
James Hobson
Created just the device to help with the task. An exoskeleton so unique, you have to see it to believe it.
The making of this device was documented and posted to YouTube just last week. As of right now, more than 970,000 people have watched it, so it could hit 1 million.
So here we go. Now this dude made it. He made it himself. Now look at this. Now his is a bit rudimentary, so he probably has to put more effort into his than other people. But see, look at this.
170 pounds.
Look at this. Look, you hear it working. He's just pumping it up. Now that was just one example. But that's the purpose of technology. It is supposed to we're supposed to get more done working less. It's supposed to boost efficiency. And right now, the way most people work, we do not work efficiently. You know, that's why in McDonald's and other places like that, they have self-checkout. To be quite honest about that, we're at the point, and it's automation. That's what I meant to say. That's the word I was looking for. It's automation. We're automating everything. Whether it be completely getting like an actual person out of whatever job you need them to do, or you add like a robot into that job, or you add cybernetics into that job. We should be able to work less to get more, and we should be able to have more freedom. In the ideal, in the way things were supposed to go, if people weren't being corrupt, if our dollar was back to the gold, you would be able to work 4 days a week and make a good salary. Like, even like, for example, minimum wage. With minimum wage, you should still be able to afford at least a decent apartment. Probably bad, but decent, for what you expect. Like, the way I feel about it, in most places in the South, a 1-bedroom shouldn't cost more than $500. And if things had gone the way they were supposed to, you'd be able to earn $1,000 a month, and that would get you pretty far, And when it comes to cost and food and stuff, the only reason things are so expensive is because your dollar's not worth anything. You may feel like that bedroom that's worth $900 is worth it because it's a 1-bedroom, but is it? The lights be going off. You see a roach every now and then in the corner. The power be shutting down on the electric grid like at least twice a year. And even if you're earning a lot of money, because the value goes down basically like 2% every year, you have to earn more and more and more to keep up. The amount of money you're earning now, 10 years from now, is not going to be nothing. It used to be a time where, like, if we go back and look in history, $5 was a lot of money. And to me, that makes sense. Because when gold was tied to money and it was $35 for an ounce, if you had $5, you had like 10% of gold, basically. You get yourself $15, you almost have enough money to buy a whole ounce of gold. Gold costs like $1,900 an ounce now. Now put it together. It was $35 around an ounce in the 1940s, 50s. It's $1,900 now. What's $5 worth back then when $5 is almost, let's see, 5, 10, 30. $5 is like close to like 20% of an ounce of gold. What's $5 a percentage of gold now? It's like 0.0 something percent, 1% maybe of gold. You go from 20% to 1% in almost 100-year span. That lets you know your money isn't being worth anything, and what you're working for, you're overworking yourself. And that's why Bitcoin can allow black people to work less, because black people, we are a very hardworking people, but we mainly work because of struggle. We mainly work out of desperation because we got too many kids, or our parents didn't teach us nothing. Stuff like that. We have to work harder than most people, not only because our money is worth less, but socially we are worth less. Bitcoin will allow many of us to be able to have not just financial freedom, but financial loosening, because it's not like all of us want to stop working. We would like to continue to work and do the things we like to do, but we can't because we just don't have that opportunity. But that's what Bitcoin can provide for us. That's why it's very important you take this silver pill and you understand what's going on in the space, because this opportunity will not be here forever. Look, as I was speaking, 12.9. It's probably gonna go back to 12.8, 700, but that's where it's at right now. This thing is moving. They're trying to break 13K. If we get to a point, if we can break 15K by December, it's 20K. 20K, I guarantee it. 20K guaranteed next year. And we get to 20K by 2025, it's at 100K. And right now, dollar cost average. You do not have to get a whole 10K now. You do not have to get 5K worth now. You can just start with 300. They just keep it consistent for a couple months. They say if you got like 0.2 Bitcoin, you're in like the top 5% of Bitcoin holders. So put in perspective. You can get the 0.2, which is like 2,000. When it gets to 100,000, that's like 20,000. Think about it. It's still a lot of money. No, it's still a lot of currency. That is money. whatever. It's money. I suggest, I'm not a financial advisor, if you can get yourself up to 0.2 Bitcoin, which, well, I mean, now it's around 1,500, but if you can get yourself, you can start yourself with a good 2,000, at least through next year, you're on the right track and you're going to be pretty comfortable. But if you can get more, if you can get a whole Bitcoin, if you got money like that, get it now. Just get it. I don't care. Don't think about the price going down because the price is continually going up. Forget about it. Not now. Busy. Oh, yeah. And it's busy right now. And see, that's why my channel is the best, because everything's in real time, even interruptions. But final words. Because it sounded like everything was a final word. Just take into context what I said. I haven't really given you the whole story about everything. But that's why in the Bitcoin space, not Bitcoin, cryptocurrency space, people suggest that you do your own research. So if you don't want to invest, that's fine. Even though that's very foolish if you don't invest in Bitcoin. I say if you don't invest in Bitcoin and Ethereum at this point, it's foolish. It's just foolish. Okay, because I don't know why you would trust having $1 over a Bitcoin. You need $12,900 something dollars to get a Bitcoin. How much Bitcoin do you need to get $1? Like 0.000001 Bitcoin to get $1. What's worth more? Black people, this is an asset. You've got to learn what assets are. And for me, for now, it does start with Bitcoin because it's the easiest asset to access, maintain, and exchange right now. It's easier and more portable than gold. Like I just ordered gold and silver. I just ordered a silver coin. I still gotta wait for it to ship out to me. What if silver went up really quickly to like $30 an ounce, and I need to sell it? I can't sell it right now. I don't got it. I know you can say the same thing when it comes to like withdrawals from exchanges and everything like that. But right now, this is the easiest money making machine we've had in a while in the world. And just take advantage of this opportunity. If we can take advantage of this opportunity and we foster a black crypto space properly, then the sky's the limit. And I say, why not? Don't be afraid of this. Don't be afraid of this because your dollar is killing you. Your dollar is making you kill yourself working. You work so, think about it. You work so hard, only for your housing prices to increase. Only for your property tax to increase. Only for your income tax to increase. Only for your food, the cost of your food to increase. The cost of everything increase. And you have to work harder to essentially make less and to afford less. Whereas with Bitcoin, you get rewarded for your hard work with an asset that appreciates properly. Take advantage of the opportunity now because it won't be here forever. And that's all I got to say. And we will see you next time because, we're getting kind of serious with the financials. I think it's time we, next video, we go back and get a little social. The Soul Megan Thee Stallion thing is getting pretty big. Cardi B's getting pretty big. It seems like those are the only two women I talk about. But those are the two biggest influencers in black culture right now. So anyways, see you guys later.